Yeah.
Sorry.
Is this going on YouTube? YouTube stars?
Yeah, we'll get you like 10,000
million
hits. Sure.
hits.
Just basically music will be better. 2,000 not enough.
Does everybody have a lacrosse ball, softball, foam roller?
I need part of these profits we're gonna have to use there. Like, the revenue.
Send me some.
We better get some.
I don't need a phone. I don't need a phone.
Seems offended by that. You have to.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay, so our idea here was to go through head to toe, front to back, all major body parts, all major joints, and show you how to stretch it. A lot of it you probably will have done already. Like we've all said, he doesn't use foam roll anymore. If that's fine, if you don't, we just want to give you options and progressions. So Corey, you're doing the lacrosse roll and softball foam roll. Aaron, come on.
Slack it.
It was your idea. So you can follow along on the sheet if you want. Corey's going to demonstrate everything. You're early / late, whichever one you want to go for. Either really early or you're late.
I'll go through it.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to start with the feet. So everybody's shoes off. A couple options. In the clinic, we've got the golf ball, we've got a frozen field hockey ball, we can have a frozen water bottle, all things you can have at home. Here today, we'll just show you the lacrosse ball or softball. So you can do it standing or you can do it seated on a bench or a stool. And you want to put as much weight as you can through your foot to roll out the arch. So you can go like Corey's doing, front to back, or you can go side to side. If you find a spot, we'll call all these spots trigger points, so that tight knot, you can kind of just leave the ball right on it. You're all making faces, so I think we probably found some spots. A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so standing might work. If it's too much pressure, you can do it seated, but we don't have anything really the right height. But in the clinic, for example, we've got those stools or the benches outside the hallway, and you can just roll side to side, front to back. Okay? Do both feet. Anybody with plantar fasciitis at the moment? Really good? So this is a good start for that. I would even rather you use like a frozen ball. You can probably throw a lacrosse ball in the freezer, which would be the same effect stuff.
Make sure, please.
What else do we have on there? Yeah, all three options will kind of do the same thing. So switch feet. Try the other one. If you find a spot, like I said, kind of work on it. Put a little bit more weight through that spot if you find something good. Mostly it's going to be medial arch where you're going to find the most tender areas. You can even have your foot evert a little bit to try and get right on that arch. Got that evert? I'm going to use some big words. We're just making over, but I'm going to trust in some big words.
I don't like big words.
I put on the second
I don't
sheet.
even know big
There's
words.
definitions on the second sheet of all the words.
I know inside and outside.
I tried to make it. It's really like, it's user friendly.
Make it double proof.
No, it is.
Awesome. You guys are idiots.
So,
Well, you're right.
We're up there.
Okay, so that's basically the feet. There are other tools that look an awful lot like the stick, but are a little shorter and have more bumps on them that are specific for feet. If you get your hands on one of those, great. But otherwise, these are free and you have them available. So you can maybe those. The frozen water bottle is probably your best bet. They're cheap, but these work well. These work good as well. Okay, feet are good.
Yeah.
Okay, calves. Everybody sit. Let's start with either the lacrosse ball or the softball. So for some of these, you might need a little more ground clearance than just what the softball offers. So we have in the clinic an aerobic step. Same things are in the pack gym, the CIF gym. So you could put the ball, just show them, of course, your foot hangs over. Maybe come here on the corner so that this way, so that your foot hangs off the edge. There you go. Just so there's a little more clearance so you can do plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. So this works calves, Achilles, soleus. If you get it in the right spot between tibia and fibula, you can get the interosseous membrane. So some of you, I may have done that release. Remember that release where I pull back on your calf? Some of you might have had that done before. This lacrosse ball will do the same thing if you find a tight spot. So not right behind your tibia, but off to the side a little bit. So find your spots. So Corey's elevated here so he can do the plantar dorsi. Shannon's got it. With the softball, you'll have a little more clearance than the lacrosse ball. You might not be able to get full range of motion with the softball. Okay? So you can roll the length of the muscle, like knee to ankle, or you can roll side to side. Mostly with these exercises, if you find a tight spot, a sore spot, that's what we want you to focus on. And I think you may need, most of you guys are on the ground, but you may need to have all your weight through your upper body, and it might put a little more tension, I guess, a little more pressure. Okay, finding some spots. You can jump in.
I'll wait till the next one.
Okay, then do something. You want to lift?
Oh, what's the next one? I thought.
No, it's at 2, that's wrong. It's at 2:30.
What?
It's at 2:30. You're now.
All right.
Okay, so try both legs. See what Shannon's doing? Do that again, how you're kind of on the inside of your calf? Right? So just figure that how she's got her whole leg kind of internally rotated. So she's getting more inside. Yeah, there you
That's
go.
a lot actually.
Okay, and if you find a spot that's sore there, just hang out on that spot. And if you find a sore spot, do the plantar dorsiflexion while you're on it. So anytime we have you moving a joint through a range of motion, so plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, knee flexion, extension, we're going to call that on the sheet ART, so an active release technique. It's not technically, but just for simplicity's sake on our sheet. Anytime I have you moving a body part, I'm referring to it as ART. Okay? And when we do that on here, we're usually doing it 3 or 4 reps at each spot, and then you're going to work the ball the length of the muscle. Okay? So far so good? Finding some spots? Oh yeah, no making noises. You thought that you better off with the lacrosse ball right on here. To get more interosseous, I think you're going to need lacrosse ball more than softball because it's a little bit more specific. The other way I found to do an interosseous release on yourself, if you want to try, is if you're just sitting and you cross one leg over onto your knee. I got pretty bony knees. And my kneecap can go right. If you can bend that way. Yeah, you got it.
There's something in the middle. I don't know what it is.
Okay, relax. The rest of us can get our knees.
Who's you can do, buddy? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What did I
See,
say?
there-
Watch the language.
These dirty jokes are on videotape.
It's going on YouTube. Okay, so if you can find that spot, you can just kind of hang out there. And then this way, the weight of your leg hangs over your kneecap, like gravity will pull it down and try and release the interosseous. Okay, so if you're just sitting there watching TV, put one knee up and. Okay?
Watching Nashville.
Okay, foam roller. This is going to be anterior shin. So tibialis anterior, slash perineals down the side. Okay, so Corey's just going to roll the length of his shins. Or JC's technique is good too. No, I like that too. Okay, whichever puts more weight on it for you. Or try like JC, bend back a little bit. Okay, you may need to roll kind of to one side or the other. So right now we're doing tibant, so a lot of you with shin splints, this is where you're going to feel it. Yep. Got it. Put it where you want to go. You feel it? Yeah. While you're there, if you find a tight spot, you can plantar dorsiflex. And all of these ARTs are a set of three reps, sorry. And then you're going to move to the next spot. Lots of grunting for really finding spots. Roll down to the two. Or you can cheat like that and just put one leg on the thing and not do it.
I'm giving a break
Oh,
here.
so time out. Sorry,
This is awful.
take time out like that. Are we plantar and dorsiflexing? Anybody moving their ankles? Or if this is good, then this is good. Plantar dorsi would be your next progression. If you're feeling it just like this, go for it. Have you tried plantar dorsi?
Yeah.
So that's tibant. And you're going to kind of need to do a little bit more on the side of the front of your shin to get tibial or to get the perineals. So So it's more lateral than fibula. Can you show like the perineum? Yeah. Okay, so you may or may not feel anything with that one. It's hard to balance to have your other leg on top. If you don't feel anything with the foam roller, then maybe that's a softball. Okay, and again, you can plantar dorsiflex, or you can probably invert evert as well. Put in and out. Just put, yeah.
This is a workout. Oh, man.
Okay, we don't have enough sticks, so you can try this one later, but Corey can just show you a quick rolling of the front and side of your ankle, or of your shin. Just for video's sake. So whether you do it yourself or you get one of us in the clinic to do it.
Is that like the same thing as the 2 down foam roller?
So we wanted to give you a lot of self-sufficient exercises to do, but you're welcome to come in the clinic and grab that just to kind of loosen up at first and then do the foam rolling if you want. In terms of direction? No, doesn't matter. And it's also probably better to go almost on an angle, so you want to break it up off the bone. Yeah.
If you don't have like a stick at home, you can use a roller. Just don't
Highly
put.
doubt any force at will.
Just don't. Well, if you can go
No, you
sticks,
can
they're like $50. You can get a rolling pin for like
These are
$3.
rolling pin at the dollar store.
Yeah.
Instead of those things are expensive. You're completely right. Yeah.
Just don't push
Yeah.
super hard.
Yeah.
I know what a rolling pin's used for.
Well, you said chef where he
From us.
Yeah, as a chef. He's a chef. I'm pretty sure he baked something.
No, the chef.
I
No.
don't think I'm gonna want to use that to make after like the roll.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to buy one
Okay.
for that.
Moving on to number 3, hamstrings.
Alright.
So everybody has rolled hamstrings and foam rollers, right? We're all fairly familiar with that. I'd say everybody here should be beyond, I think, right?
I agree. Totally agree.
Moving on. So a softball on a high table, otherwise known as a blue ball. You know, let's bring that down. Maybe that high step over and we'll just go it. Blue ball's got his own stretch.
Hoops, man. How do you feel?
What happens when you stretch a lot? You get stretched.
He's gonna be YouTube famous for sure.
One over there. There's a couple of high boxes around and we can kind of
I'm just gonna
shoot these off. Two over there.
Yeah, I'll get up on there if that's cool.
It's fine. Just let Corey show it first so we can film it.
You go first.
So you just need something with enough ground clearance so that your foot doesn't hit the ground, and it needs to be, this is close enough, relatively hard. So at the CIF, we've got those yellow tables where the mattress comes off. I would use that, probably take the mattress off and put the ball right on the hard part of the table. Or you just sit on the bench, eh? Yeah, so the bench is,
Yeah,
they're the right height too, you got
yeah, they're
theirs.
pretty high.
Okay, perfect. It just has to be something so that your leg can kind of move without hitting anything. So what Corey's doing is he's starting either top or bottom of the hamstring, doesn't matter. He's going to do a set of 3 or 4 knee extensions, and then he's going to move the ball up, let's say a thumb width, to the next strip. On your hamstrings, you can do lateral, medial, and then just call it middle to get the fascia between the connectors of your hamstrings. Okay? You can do 1 pass on each kind of area, times 3 at each spot, and then do that through twice if you want, or once might be enough. You can roll it like so. If you find spots, maybe you just sit over that spot, just like gravity kind of pull it down, and then you can start to do your knee extensions after that. You probably have a base like that, it means it's working. Okay, so you guys want to try that? There's 2 boxes over there. Well, it's not just to show it. There's 2 guys can go over there. Yeah, sure. Eric, if you tip that, does it give you enough height? And 2 guys can sit on it? JC, you can probably use the other one in the back there, right, right behind them. You're going to need a lot of height.
If I don't feel anything, should I use the crossball instead?
Sure, it might be more specific.
Yeah. Up front?
Thank you.
Yep.
Maybe your hamstring attaches to the front of your head. Maybe that's why it's hurt. sit over here. It's kind of awkward.
Gives you enough time to have an idea of it, but we really need something hard to actually make it work.
Maybe feel a little bit of they might be drawing. Yeah. And then through here.
You guys feel? And you can kind of rotate your leg inside, outside to get different areas of your hamstring.
This muscle over here.
Don't better.
Yeah. I'm gonna show that up then. It's awful. I think you're doing that on a real table.
I did it with sticks.
It's pretty bad. So this one will do that in manufacturing. After that, we just straight leg, we'll then lift and lift. Everybody's making noises again. Yep. You feel that better, Shan, with the switch?
They're just not tight right now.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, you don't have to hurt, but
Yeah.
we like it when you
Yes,
do,
you
but
do.
you don't have to. Okay, you don't.
Box over there.
Fire code violation right now.
Boxes? I'm gonna go ahead and say this whole building is a fire code violation.
Okay, I won't.
Very good.
Yeah. They showed us like the whole concept of going up to my mom last year for her birthday. She wanted me to give her
For her birthday. That's what you gave her for her birthday.
Yeah, give her foam roller.
Self-sufficiency. There you go.
Foam roller.
You just show us.
Softball.
Get to sit. That works.
She's been using it ever since the year.
All right, Reed.
Get rid of
Over the leg.
you'll need that.
The-
Sit. Well, probably should have it bent,
Yeah, you do.
right? Yeah.
The other cross ball moves.
Okay, so again, with the stick, if it's available to you, as long as your hamstring is like relaxed while you're doing it, you can do the stick on your own hamstring. You can actually probably get calves quite well from there too, whether standing or sitting on the bench and working on it. And or you get bent in the clinic during football season to go to town on your
Oh my goodness. Honorable mention on training that.
We'll call that the bend. We'll put that on.
That hurts. So that's it.
Yeah, you can see, as long as your hamstring is relaxed when you're doing it, you should get some sore spots. Okay? Okay, so the next one, we're going to do a partner contract relax stretch. So there should be 10 people if you guys all want to partner up. And you're going to be laying on your back. Whoever's the stretcher, stretchy. So contract relax stretch means your athlete, your partner on the ground is going to meet your resistance as the stretcher for 5 seconds. Just meeting resistance, okay? This isn't a max effort. You're not trying to curl your hamstring and throw your partner off the wall or off the ground. It's a meeting of the resistance for 5 seconds. At the end of those 5 seconds, the person getting stretched is going to relax that pressure, that contraction, and you're going to push them a little bit farther. Okay? So the idea is that you can only contract one side at once. So while you're contracting your hamstrings, your quads are going to relax. When you do it the other way around, vice versa, you're going to be able to loosen your hamstrings. Okay? So while they're on the ground, however, you need to make sure this leg doesn't come up. So straight leg raise and see how far you get. So as he gets to almost 90, this leg starts to creep up. So it won't actually stand on his leg.
Oh, you can see it.
I don't think I will. So make sure this knee stays straight. You can put your, whatever, I usually go this way to hook them down onto the ground. Okay? You can do it this way, but you're going to have a hard time with one hand pushing their leg if your other leg is here. I try and use my body weight to push them so that I don't get kind of overpowered. So this is down, this is straight, he hooks onto my shoulder, and I can really just use my body weight to stretch him. Okay? So if this stays down, or you're going to push your leg gently down into my shoulder for 5. 5. At the end of 5, just relax. And then I'm going to take them a little further. So hold there 5-10 seconds. And again, push down my shoulder. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Take them a little further. Make sure this knee doesn't bend. If this knee bends, all of a sudden it's going to look like he's a lot heavier than he is. And again, push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, If they are quite bendy and this leg will stay down, you could probably end up standing and stretching. Okay, but I don't think all of you guys are gonna be that bendy. So let's go maybe 3 or 4 times with the contract relax with a straight leg. And then to do a bent leg, so for kind of lower glutes, upper hamstring, hip and knee to about 90. Same thing, don't let this leg come up off the ground. Make sure they're not like flopping around out here, try and keep them neutral. And this time Corey's gonna push his heel down into my shoulder. So this is gonna be a knee flexion / a hip extension. So this is gonna be his motion, but I'm gonna stay here and block him. So push down there, kind of. 3, 4, 5, and relax. And now I'm going to take him into more hip flexion and a little bit of knee extension. So with my shoulder. Okay. 5, and relax. And then take it over. Okay? So this has an end range limit, and he's going to hit kind of legs on stomach. You're not going to be able to take him too far. Okay? So try both of those.
Yeah, I'm not getting myself in the face with that last one. Because like I can already. So wait, see how your legs are not straight.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Just keep
No,
my
it's
legs
up right
straight.
here.
So make sure the leg you're stretching, the knee stays straight.
So are you pushing back against me?
5,
Okay, you can.
3, 4, 5.
And then oh wow, look at that.
Just like
Stretch
that.
the feet.
5.
And then up more.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, look at you. Look at you go.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Go ahead.
Watch that. Yeah. Not be able to walk.
1, 3, relax.
4, 5.
And then down.
The person getting stretched, make sure it's not a max contraction.
I think that was a max. Yeah.
Okay, 3 or 4 sets on each leg.
3, 2, 1, relax.
2,
3,
5. 1, 2, 3,
that leg's
4,
good.
5.
So we do 3 for this and then 3 for the bent leg?
Go.
3, 4, 5.
And you should notice by your last breath that you've taken them a little bit
2,
further.
3, 4, 5.
And then you do this leg again, same thing.
Yeah. I guess we'll do that.
I'm out 1 foot. Get us on.
1, 2, 3,
That leg.
4, 5. 1,
Locked up,
2,
eh?
3,
This
4,
one?
5.
No.
2, 3, 4.
So you're gonna push
Is that
it.
good?
You're coming down.
Okay. Getting a little ambitious there.
Yeah, flexion. 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, switch to the bent knee, the
2,
glutes.
3, 4, 5.
A little bit of tension on the butt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, there.
And the bent.
So he's bent knee, bent
More
hip.
hamstring, butt.
It's going to be
Maybe I
up
should
on.
wear socks next time we do this.
So that leg still has to stay on the ground, but you're probably going to get him closer
So
to here.
is this
Yeah,
leg
that, so
also-
you're going to have to like
Butt and hamstring.
Okay.
cover one of these. So you want to find your starting point where he feels a stretch about there, high hamstring, low glutes. So start about there, and you're going to push down and down, but don't throw Shannon across the room. But just meet her resistance, okay? And then at the end, Shannon, you're going to take this into a little more knee extension and hip flexion. So he's going to end up more like here at the end, right? Oh, sorry, skipped a couple.
Is this knee 90, Laura? Is this knee 90? Push, you're gonna push into my chest, or?
Wait, no, I'll just hold it. And then down.
I'm supposed to push down, and then you're supposed to go the other way.
So where's your foot going? Is it going like on my shoulder?
Yeah, and then I'm supposed to push down
Okay.
for 5, and then after 5, then you will go up and forward a bit.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And forward.
and then up a bit. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 again. 4 again.
Okay.
3, 2. Am I pushing him back? 1.
4, 5,
Again. Oh, watch that.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Is that it?
Yeah. I can go the other way.
Okay. Go ahead.
Man, I'm gonna have to go work out after this, and it's either gonna be like really good or really bad that I'm doing this first. Tomorrow though.
Tomorrow I feel amazing though.
Well, during spits.
There we go.
Okay, and switch up once you've stretched your partner.
2,
1,
1,
2,
left.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Breathe, breathe, breathe.
Oh yeah, breathe. Don't forget to breathe.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Okay, contract, last one.
Try this, guys. Time out for a second.
Keep going.
If you're the person that's that's being stretched, take a deep breath in for 5 seconds. So as you're breathing in, hold it for breathe in for 5 seconds, and then do your contraction. So it's going to be a total of maybe 10 seconds. Can you hold your breath for 10 seconds? At the end of those 10 seconds, breathe out and relax. And as you breathe out and relax, that's when your partner's going to push your leg a little further. If you can't handle that for 10 seconds, breathe in while you're pushing.
You can keep going a little bit more. Okay.
3, 4, 5.
So breathe out, force it and relax while they push you a little bit further.
4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Louis, do you feel that?
1,
If you have your knee extended a little more, so straighten it out a little more. Yep, it's kind of a contortion for you, actually,
4.
with some hip flexion. Do you feel that more?
This leg is not as good. Keep going.
A little better? I mean, you don't have to feel it. You can be pretty bendy.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
You can just tell you.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't force it.
5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Feel like you now or what? JC's gonna run like Usain Bolt now.
What do you want to do?
We might as well do it that way. Oh, wait. So I'm just pushing down.
You just push down, yeah. Push
But if I push down, I'm gonna push like. I don't feel anything yet. Yeah. See this? Do I even have to do this one? Like I'm gonna knee
If
myself
you
in the
don't feel
face.
it, that's fine.
Okay.
Same.
You don't have to. Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
You don't have to be tight. I'm glad you're not. Yeah, you don't have to be.
You don't have to.
And you especially, I'm glad your hamstrings are flexible because that'll help. Yeah. So that's a good sign. I'm not looking for everybody to be sore with everything. Okay, Core, we need band.
Band.
What size maker name?
Green, thick one.
Green?
Yeah.
That other one though, just straight leg.
You want to talk
Sure, the
about
shoulder
it?
is going. I don't know if people are
Thanks,
all the way up.
This one, the video was just.
Well, it's like impossible to do it
Sand maker?
Less than like.
Finally, you really get to do that.
And then you can do like knee extensions. Okay, and then you can take it out.
Everybody. Everybody.
Do you have enough for everybody or no?
No.
You can take it, okay, once Corey's done, Corey will help you. Okay? So Corey's just gonna show us first and then we can try. So these are the jump stretch bands, we just call them jump bands for short on here, because it's easier. There's lots here, there's lots at the clinic, there's some in the gym. So this is a self-stretch. So you either have to look at, this will be easier in shoes, but don't bother putting your shoes on right now. What you want is a knee straight to start. Depending on where you hold, Corey, you can have less of a stretch, right? Depending on where you hold the band. If you put the band closer to your toes, you can start pulling your toes down towards your nose and get a little more of a stretch. Toes to nose. Toes to nose, yeah. So there's a couple good videos on the internet, maybe we can post that link later, of the guy that actually invented these bands. And he's like the most mobile person. It's disgusting how mobile he is. Like I thought he was gonna pop a hip, but anyway, he's got some good ideas. So you can do straight up at 90, or you can do kind of out to the side, get a little more groin stretch. It can be a static hold, and or you can do some knee bends, slight knee bends to knee extensions. So not through the full range. Corey's going through maybe 15-20 degrees of motion there. And you should feel a little bit of a stretch at the end, yes? More so than just holding it still. Depending on how bendy you are, your leg can come all the way out to the side. I think Corey might snap in half. Oh.
I got external.
Okay,
Don't test my
well,
internal.
from here, make sure your hip doesn't roll off the ground though, okay? So this is gonna be challenging for you on your own. You wanna keep this side of the hip down to the floor, but you can pull it up. Just gentle, pull it up a little further. If you're gonna go kind of what Shan did, I would rather you came, for those of you that are really tight, came back down a little bit and then brought it back up and out. Instead of going from full abduction and then bringing it up, I think you might pull something. So from here, just kind of loosen it and then bring it out.